Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex from AppFind here with another app showcase. This episode we're going to be doing the best multiplayer and co-op games. These are all the coolest games you can play with your friends, play against your friends, all that cool stuff, all in this one great video. Now the only difference between this episode and last episode of App Showcase is we're not going to be putting them in the top 10. We're not going to be doing 10, 9, 8, 7, you know, that kind of thing, because there are so many different types of multiplayer games. We can't really fairly assess them. For example, I might like racing games over shooting games or shooting games over racing games, and then I would put those in the top. This episode, we're just going to let you guys decide which one is your favorite and just show them all to you in a random order. Now, don't forget to leave in the comment section below what we should do as the next app showcase, and let's get started with our first app, Archetype. The first game we got here is Archetype. Now, this is a really great first-person shooter that its main goal is to put you in a multiplayer experience. You've got different teams, there's blue teams and orange teams, and you have tons of different guns that you can pick up throughout the game, and you have a certain amount of time, in this case 3 minutes, to kill everyone on the other team. Now, there's a lot of different rank ups and different levels that you can be, different guns that you can get. It's really fun, and the controls are very immersive and lets you just go right away. As you can see here, you're with your team, with the blue team, is my team in this one, and you get to kill the other members of the other team. And it's really cooperative. There's different types of gameplay, there's different styles, but the reason I have this game first is it's fully multiplayer, and that is the main purpose of the game. Some of the other games I'm going to be showing you a little later on today, multiplayer is an option, which is always good too. But in this game, multiplayer is the specific purpose for this app, and that's why I really like it. I highly recommend checking this out. It's only 99 cents in the App Store. The links to all these apps are going to be in the description below. On to the next app. Asphalt 7 is one of those great racing games that fully immerses you in the multiplayer. You can join lots of different lobbies that have different tiers of racing, different cars, different streets. It's great and absolutely amazing. One of the best things I love about Asphalt 7 is the fact that it really just thrusts you into the gameplay with all these great graphics, great cars, and also, unlike some of these other games such as Real Racing, it doesn't start you off with one of those lower down cars that doesn't look that great. It starts you off with a pretty decent car with some pretty decent skills. Obviously, you can upgrade to some of the great sports cars, but I really like the application overall, especially with the gameplay, the physics, the arcade style that it's got going for it with all the nitrous boosts that you can pick up, all the money you can pick up. It's just a really great application, and it works well with the multiplayer, and I highly recommend checking this app out. The link is in the description. I can't even begin to count the amount of hours I've spent playing this really addicting game, Bike Race. Now, there's a free and paid version. The paid version doesn't have ads, but overall this game is really addicting, and it really makes you want to get the next bike so you can be able to beat all of your friends. As you can see here, we're watching the result of the last race, and I can see that I beat the other player right here. Now what I'm able to do is actually go against the other player in an actual race here. So as you can see, the other player is a little bit behind me, and the interesting thing about this app is you don't have to play at the exact same time. You actually play a ghost of the other's score. It's kind of similar to some of these applications like Word with Friends, where you go back and forth and it doesn't really matter when you play it. Now, you have 3 chances to beat the score or set a score for somebody else, and it works really well and looks really cool too. So as you can see here, I'm recording my own score so that my friend will be able to play it later, and we'll see who beats who. This is a really great application. I recommend checking it out in the App Store. There is a free version, and if you aren't already playing this, I would recommend checking it out. Now, many of you guys have probably played Doodle Jump before, but a feature that is often overlooked is the multiplayer feature in Doodle Jump, which lets you play against a random opponent or one of your friends in actual real-time multiplayer. This is a really great way to experience the Doodle Jump and have it be a different, unique gameplay every time. As you guys have probably already seen, the Doodle Jump kind of gets boring after a while, but with the multiplayer opens up a whole new realm of possibilities to be able to beat all your friends or random people. Now, it's whoever can get to a certain height first, or whoever survives the longest. So as you can see here, sometimes I'll win by height, sometimes I'll win by surviving, but it is still a really great game, especially with the fact that it is involved within the original Doodle Jump, which most of you guys probably already have. I recommend either getting it or hopping back onto Doodle Jump and trying out the multiplayer option. An interesting game I've been able to get my hands on is Fun Run. Now this is a pretty interesting app that lets you compete against other random people in a bunch of different weird and wacky environments. As you can see here, we're in some kind of candy environment. There's a lot of different lollipops and different things here, and it just looks really great. And it's one of those games that you can probably enjoy playing and also be able to play against other people, maybe siblings or something like that. Now it does have some different violence when it comes to some of these traps that you put down and stuff. But it does look like a nice little game that you can play here, and I really recommend checking it out. Now, pretty much its whole thing is playing it multiplayer, but there's a lot of different power-ups that you can get. One of my only downsides with the app, though, is it doesn't look as professional as I would like it to look. It looks kind of amateurish, but other than that, though, the gameplay is really great, and it looks great, too, and it's always a fun game to play as a multiplayer game. On to the next app. Modern Combat 3. This game, more than any other, is definitely built for the really cool and really intense multiplayer gameplay that works so well on this device. Now, as you can see here, you can play against tons of different players in this nice little lobby where you get to kill as many people as you want, long different gameplay, a bunch of different players, time limits, score limits, assists, a lot of different stuff, all really jam-packed into this application. You play against your friends, you can play against random people. Overall, it is definitely a great application that I recommend just picking up and playing because of the fact that it looks so stunning on your iPhone and works so well. Now, the campaign's obviously better than the multiplayer, and it's not just multiplayer like Archetype, which we saw earlier, but the multiplayer is definitely really great, and one of the biggest things that always blows me away with this app is the graphics and how they can get such great graphics on an iPhone, especially in a multiplayer mode. Reckless Racing 2 is one of those arcade racers that's top-down, looks great, and has a bunch of different multiplayer options. One of my only downsides with this application is it does last a long time for the multiplayers, and also the game rooms always seem to be either full or not going anywhere. But other than that, it does have a lot of different cool multiplayer action if you can actually get a game started. Now, this application involves you getting one of your many different cars that you can play in a bunch of different tracks, be able to play against your real-time opponents, and really trying to blow them out of the park. It's definitely a really great application, and I recommend trying it, especially on your iPhone. It looks absolutely stunning. Alright, that's pretty cool. Aside from looking eerily like Mario Kart, Sega Racing is a really great application that lets you play with all of your Sega friends against different multiplayer people by being able to get into your car, playing Sonic the Hedgehog, all the different Sega characters in this really cool one of two types, either multiplayer racing or multiplayer battles. And overall, I like the graphics. It really kind of shows off some of the cool different things in the background. It's got a lot of different things going on. As you can see here, sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming, but there's a lot of cool power-ups and a lot of cool gameplay here. And it's definitely one of those cool multiplayer games that you can enjoy playing and also play with maybe a younger sibling or two. This is still a really great app, and I do recommend checking it out. But it's definitely not one of the highest here, but it does look really great and definitely has a lot of potential. A lot of you guys have probably played Street Fighter before, but Street Fighter 4 is actually available on the iPhone, and it looks absolutely amazing. This is one of those great applications where you can play against your friends, fight against them. One of the only downsides is it's only available on Bluetooth right now, but hopefully they come out with a different option so you can play online multiplayer. Other than that, though, it looks really great, really stunning. They've got all the different things you remember from Street Fighter jam-packed into this application. Use tons of combos, tons of different characters to unlock, different characters to play as. There's also the story built into it, but a lot of you guys know that you're coming here for the multiplayer action, and it definitely has a lot of it. I recommend trying this app out. The link is in the description. ZombieVille USA 2 is a really great application. It was actually featured in my last app showcase, the best zombie apps. Be sure to check that one out. But anyways, this is a really great application that lets you be able to kill all these different zombies, but it also provides multiplayer either through Bluetooth or through Game Center, like what I'm doing right now. You can play with a bunch of different friends, shoot all these zombies, and really try and rid the world of all these zombies, different types of zombies, to get all the cash that you can to upgrade your character. Overall, I love this game. I mentioned that I love this game before in the other app. It's definitely a really great app to end with. Because of all the great multiplayer aspects that are involved with it. You can play with different friends, you can play with different people from around the globe, and really just try and kill all of these zombies in a great multiplayer style gameplay. Alright, thank you guys for watching this episode of App Showcase. Be sure to check out last episode where we went over all of the best zombie apps. That's really cool. There's a ton of cool zombie apps there. Be sure to leave in the comment section below what do you want the next app showcase to be. And I'm still going to look back at the other app showcase, but it's more likely to become true if you leave it in the comments here. So make sure you thumbs up any comments that you like, leave all the comments that you want to suggest. It's really cool. We're going to hopefully keep doing this every Saturday. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to share it with your friends so they can check out the app showcase as well. Once again, I'm out from AppFind. I will see you guys later. Bye.